Hi friends, today I'm going to continue on my discussions on the World War II and Hitler, the military campaigner. As I've repeatedly said in my videos, Hitler never really won any battle, and I have mentioned earlier except one, and that was the Battle of France. But in his usual genius, he himself cost himself the war in this battle only. Watch till the end, and I'll tell you how he did such a major blunder which ruined all the efforts of his generals. Now, the Battle of France is what shook the World War, and that is why what made it go so long. You see, before that, as I've told in my previous videos, the links to which are already given below, he had fought he had conquered Czechoslovakia, etc., and even Poland, and those were nothing. There were not many major victories. Okay, that's not good enough to be make him a general or a major, you can say, world war, right? Those were not big countries. And then he captured some of the what you call low countries only to establish a plan to attack in the west. Now let's be clear what happened. Hitler probably never had an intention of attacking the west. That's what all his official communication states. He had an ideological antipathy to communists and communism. So his goal was to expand Germany in the east towards the Soviet Union and crush the Soviet Union. He genuinely could not understand why Britain and France were fighting with him. He wanted to go through Poland and then attack finally the Soviet Union, capture large parts of what is Russia and Ukraine, and use that to expand his empire. But since Britain and France would repeatedly refuse his peace offers, he felt that he had to attack and finish the war in the West, because one learning that all Germans had, including him, from the First World War is that Germany cannot fight a two front war, not fight Britain and France on the west and Russia on the east, which is what he eventually ended up doing, right? So, if you read his book, Mein Kampf, there are repeated references to this, that never ever in any scenario should Germany be caught up in a two front war. And yet, this man in later on went on to attack Soviet Union while still having not defeated Britain. So that was his undoing. But right now, let's talk about one battle that Germany can really claim and Hitler can claim to have won in the Second World War. That is the Battle of France. And I will tell you how that happened through sheer chance. Now, what happened is, when the turn came to attack France, and Hitler asked his what do you call head of the army staff and all to prepare a plan to attack. They came up with a plan, okay, General Halder, and which was pretty much similar to how Germany had attacked France in the First World War, and that plan was known to one and all, in the sense that the same approach had been applied for very long. Even before the First World War, almost everybody had an idea, the Schlieffen plan, that how Germany would attack through Belgium. They would come and they would attack France. France had already established a defense line called the Maginot Line to defend against such an attack. Now, there also a stroke of luck happened. A German plane crashed over Belgium, which had all the details of the plan, and that fell into Belgian hands. So now there was even more problem, that if we go with the plan, everybody, Belgium, France, Britain, already know what the plan is. So they were very worried about whether this plan will work or not. Okay, imagine a plan that your enemy already knows. But this worked out to Germany's advantage. One of the generals, who due to internal politics had not received his due promotion, called Mainstein. Mainstein now had been given charge of Army Group A, which was supposed to go on a small attack on the Ardennes forest. Okay, now the Ardennes forest was a very thick foresty area in France, and no one had ever bothered to have any defenses there, because it was considered that, look, no army can really move large mass of people very quickly through the foresty area typically. Okay, now what happened is Mainstein, because he owned that group, right? He built up another plan where a large part of the army was to come to the Ardennes forest, which would fall under his charge, and he probably did it out of professional rivalry. Hitler was not completely satisfied with the original plan, and this man's separate plan gave Hitler a chance. So Hitler called Weinstein, and with some of his senior generals like Rommel listened to his plan. Hitler did not like Weinstein. So when Weinstein left, Hitler said, he's a brilliant man, but I don't trust him. But Hitler listened to Weinstein and decided to change the plan. Interestingly, more and more as the attack date came, the plans kept getting changed, and more army units were attached to Army Group A, which was the Weinstein plan, and that changed the dynamic. Now, why could this happen? One more reason was technology. You see, most people, and the French and the British especially, had not realized, even some Germans had not realized, that with the new mechanized tanks that were available, armies were able to move through thick forests, which had not happened for hundreds of years. That is why, when the actual attack came through the forest, the German panzer tanks were able to rush through and go unopposed all the way to Paris with very small French defenses. And the entire French army, and mind you, one thing that people forget in today's times when they think about Hitler and they think about these massive German armies, at that time, the French army, unit to unit, was more than a match for the Germans. Okay, so people who think of this world conquering Hitler do not understand at that point of time, people did not expect that Hitler's armies will walk over France. It was going to, for hundreds of years, France and Germany were neck to neck competitors. In the First World War, the German army was met at the Maginot Line by the French troops, and it was a very even battle where you could not capture a kilometer here or there without a very intense battle. So this time, through the Ardennes, the tanks went through, and in the main Maginot Line, the flying team continued, and this army was able to just rush through and capture Paris, leading to chaos in France. Not only that, the British forces had just landed on the beaches of Dunkirk in France. You know, they were just getting steady. It was like they were just casually now just unloading themselves, planning to go to the French side where the fighting was happened. And suddenly they were told that the German troops have already reached the beach side. They were already reached side. So there was panic in the all over. So France surrendered. With France captured, suddenly Hitler was the boss of Europe. This is the phenomenal victory of the Second World War. But as I mentioned, it happened due to, well, if you leave aside other factors, you can say, you have to admit that Germany had some very brilliant generals who had a lot of vision, and a lot of great effort had gone into investment in technology. That is the real reason these things happen. But as I mentioned, that Hitler was able to take defeat out of the jaws of victory. And that primarily happened because he was not typically a politician or a general. He was an ideologue. Now, he wanted peace with Britain. So, what happened was, when his armored units, the tanks and all, were rushing towards the British troops, they would have massacred the British army right there. Okay, but Hitler frantically told his general, stop, because he thought if you crush the British army, give them a humiliation, Britain will never surrender. Britain will get troops from its colonies wherever, but it will continue the fight, and then America will also probably come into the fight. So instead of doing that, he let the British escape. Of course, he sent his air force. The air force did bombing, but you see, bombing doesn't destroy whole armies. The army was able to escape. It's a very famous escape that the British did through small boats, ships, etc., taking the troops all the way back to Britain. While Hitler tried to approach the British and says, look, I have spared your soldiers, so let's do a peace treaty now. I anyway rule most of Europe. But why do I say that he bungled up? Because as we know, Winston Churchill made a very famous statement after the fall of France. You know, the whole speech where he said, we will continue to fight over the seas and the air. And Britain was not impressed, and Britain refused to tie up with him or have a treaty with him. So all this effort went waste. Eventually, Britain came back, fought. Hitler did not win the Battle of Britain, and as planned, America also joined in the war, and he was also forced to fight a two-front war. So, while the generals won him France, by letting Britain go at that time, Hitler ensured that he won the battle, but he lost the war. At the end of the day, all I want to tell you is this, that if you see and notice, what comes out of this battle is that many other factors sometimes shape history rather than what we consider were the reasons. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you want to have more videos on world history. So do subscribe and check out other videos on my world history series and my hidden history series also for Indian history. Thank you. Bye.